And video has started right now.
Are you holding steady or are you in the red?
Well, it's been, oh wow, that isn't the red. Well, it's not really red. It's close to red.
That's right. Well, you got Matt on that Wi-Fi or that.
Oh yeah, I didn't even think about
that
that.
dumb bandwidth.
No, but I think
that'll be an issue.
I think it's actually the CPU that was an issue. That's why I switched to 2 monitors instead of 3, and then it did better.
That's right, did better.
Oh crap! I gotta reverse you guys again.
Really?
That happened, yeah. Hold on.
That's right.
Format
Look
here. There. Here we go.
How do you reverse people?
Yeah, I want to reverse you and Matt.
Oh, I can just drag them around.
Wait, how are you? Oh, wait.
Yeah, I can drag it around too. Yep, there's that again. Ooh.
Ooh.
What's ooh?
It's that thing we did the last time we had a podcast where you can blur the background.
Oh, yeah. Bokeh.
It looks pretty
not
shitty,
really.
actually.
Yeah.
Oh, we're not live, are we?
Yeah, we are.
No one cares. Nobody listens to this anyway.
All you said was, I don't think you said anything that was against the rules.
Wait, can we say what he just said? Can
We
we
need
say
to
that?
change
That's word?
We need to change the. Yeah, we've done that.
Nice.
We need to change the year here. I changed it. It's good. We know what's up now. No, in
Yeah,
case
what's up with that?
in case Matt's not aware, we do things a little different now.
Yeah, we do things a little bit different, and by we I mean Shane.
Well, just because I read off the what.
Yeah, that's
what
the
we're gonna
same,
talk
Matt.
about.
We're still on that 5-point scale. That really hasn't changed. I don't know if it ever will.
That bokeh does look pretty cool with you there, Tony.
I think I have it off. Oh, do I have? Oh, I do have it on.
Still got it on, yeah.
Oh, you're not gonna keep it on?
I don't know.
Ooh. It looks nice because you're back. I think you've got a lot of clutter back there.
Oh,
Maybe
yeah,
that's why.
actually.
A lot of clutter. Let's focus
Blur
on
that
that.
clutter.
Yeah.
Is there any
I, on the other hand,
thing I
have
can
none.
do that makes me fuzzy in the background? We visualize that a little bit
Whoops. Oh crap! Get out of here! What are you doing? Go back to the call. Go back to the call. Oh, man.
Uh-oh.
Where's the call?
more. What happened? This is what true magic happens from Shane. This is it. This is awesome.
Dang it!
Here we go. Matt's gonna record you, and that's gonna be the podcast. Here. I'm just waiting for the day where you rage quit
There we
this
go.
podcast.
Just trying not to show people's names and stuff.
Oh yeah, you gotta do all that fun
Ooh, we're calling names out?
stuff.
Sean wanted to know what's my name on going to be?
It just says Matt.
Douchebag McGee.
Matt McGee?
What is
Sure.
live?
Whatever you want.
It is live. It is live. We are live. We're live.
All right.
That's true.
On what?
Everything. Everything but Instagram.
Is that the next is that if we reach our goal? We
Yeah,
get one
maybe.
more subscriber, we
Oh,
get
yeah.
Instagram?
I'm still trying to figure out how to do the bokeh. How
I
do
don't know
that
if you
again?
can do it. It's on Windows Skype.
Matt's
Oh
on his
yeah,
Mac.
it's on mine. You got your self picture in the upper right, and then you just your name comes up and you drop that down.
Oh yeah, you can do it too then? Wait, do you have it done?
Ooh,
Does it look good?
Ooh. It uses AI technology.
Does it look good?
the microphone does not work very well.
Yeah, your
Oh,
microphone's
does that
blurred
look
out. Nice.
It needs AR.
Let's see what it actually looks like. I can't really see
Augmented
it.
reality. Hey, maybe there's a touch of that in there. I don't know. AR with AI. Ooh. Features now.
Wait, why is it? I can like. Oh no, it doesn't let me blur.
It's
stuff.
weird that your microphone is blurred.
Yeah, I'm trying to wait for it to come up.
I kind of like it, but I don't know if everyone else will. Actually, you know what? I don't like it.
Yeah, I don't. Especially when it blurs over your face, that just doesn't work the best.
Yeah.
No, I know. I didn't want to blur out the stuff in the background anyway. My clutter.
Well, we'll keep mine on just because, yeah, why not? There's a lot of whatever. I don't know what's going
A lot
on.
of whatever.
I don't have it around here.
Very much whatever. Very dangerous.
Dangerous.
Okay.
How's everything holding steady? With
Holding steady.
I don't know.
That's good. It's fine.
I feel like you're looking at all these like resource monitors and you're like, all right, they're all like between yellow and red lining. and they're like cold and steady.
There's one resource monitor.
I don't know, like you got one for network, you got one for CPU, you got one for GPU, you got one for how much RAM you're using.
I just don't think it was the network all along. I think it was my CPU, which is again why I'm doing the 2 monitors rather than the 3, and that seems to work.
Good.
Ooh.
Very good, very good. All right, well, suppose we can get this wagon train a moving, considering...
Wagon train, hey-oh, wagon train.
Considering, well, we've got a little extra to talk about today, perhaps.
Sure. Yeti.
Product placement, product placement.
Mm-hmm. Well, you're not showing the logo.
That's true. You wouldn't even be able to see it if you tried.
Probably not.
Couldn't even see if you tried.
All right.
How many people are in the chat room right now?
Oh, so many.
Chat room, help me out.
Yeah.
None.
That's the way I like it. None. I like working without an audience.
None with any of them. Well, that is kind of the part of the reason I give it some time sometimes, but...
No, that's fine. It's whatever. I give you crap, but I don't mean anything I say to you.
Wait, Matt, I forget it. Wait, are you actually on Twitter, Matt?
Twitter. Oh, jeez.
Because right now I just put question marks for where where I have the.
Oh, at the bottom here.
Should we have one? Should I go back and edit that, or does it matter?
I don't have a Twitter.
Okay.
I don't think I have Twitter anymore.
Okay, that's good. Then the question marks are appropriate.
Then the what? The what?
I'm not very social.
Yeah, you're social.
Very antisocial.
I'm probably more. Although my dad would always say growing up, man is a social being. And I'm like, whatever. Not
and then you're
one.
like, what? We're not beans. What do you mean?
Yeah. That's right. I'm a black bean. Media. Social media.
Anti-social media.
Racist, Tony.
Yeah. What's that? Real life?
All right.
Sure, go on, Shane. Do your thing.
Are we doing this?
What are we talking about?
Seen this? You heard about this? What are we talking about today? Well, I'll tell you in 2 seconds. Well, not 2 seconds. I'll tell you here.
I can't wait.
Just a few seconds. All right. You all ready for this?
I thought you were wearing a backpack, but no, it's just your sweatshirt thing.
You all ready for this?
I do have to do this part. Actually, I have to record it.
It's the movie magic coming from Shane.
Movie magic.
Well, whatever you want to call this.
Yeah, whatever the hell this is.
Not trying to undercut it, Shane. You do a lot of good stuff. Go on.
Just kidding. I don't know. Just making sure that's working still. Okay. Oh, and the volume is good. Everything sounds good volume-wise, I hope.
I think so.
Okay.
Sounds good to me.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay.
Feels good here, too.
I hope it's not too loud.
Feels good.
But nice.
All right. I don't know.
Feels great over here.
All right. In 3, 2, 1. On this episode of Techies, Tesla's 35K Model 3 is here. New Apple stuff may or may not be coming. Elevators aren't great. And we're talking the Nintendo Switch and Dyson vacuums.
Tech Bees.
Hello and welcome back to Techies, the podcast about simplifying our lives one gadget at a time. This is episode number 90, and I think I forgot to say 89 last episode, but here we are at 90, 10 away. It only took, 5 years? Finally 10 away from 100?
Maybe.
But it is Sunday. Sunday, March 3rd, 2019. I'm Shane. That guy there is Tony.
Hello. I was just thinking, when did we start this? Was it like 2014?
2014.
Wow. That's been going on.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Yeah, good stuff. Good times. And then that other guy who you may recognize. Hey, it's Matt. The original.
Hey, is this...
The OG Matt.
Hey-o.
Oh, is this where I'm saying how I'm doing?
Oh, yeah.
I'm doing fantastic.
You just say, Yeah.
Yeah, that's
And then
me.
move on.
Hello.
Was that what I said? Hello.
That's Tony's line.
And you'd always want me to say more, and I'd be like, do I talk and say stuff, or do you introduce the next person? And I would always be baffled by that. Like I could get on a rant about what I've been doing all day today or whatever, and then it's like, wait, we still haven't introduced like the next guest, and then it's like, is the next guest not supposed to say anything?
Sounds like it grinds my gears section.
Kind of.
There you go. You know what really grinds my gears?
When I can
Shane.
do those sections.
I never know what he wants.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, cool. So you're yeah, okay, Tony. Let's start with you. You're doing okay?
Hey.
Hi, hello.
Hello. What's new? No, yeah, I don't know. Just sort of, just celebrated Rachel's birthday today. My sister.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm calling out names.
Nice.
Oh, we're calling out names now?
Happy
Podcast has really changed.
Yeah.
Nothing's changed at all. How was that? Happy birthday to her. I did.
She's good. She's one of the few that really likes the Pizza Hut stuffed crust pizza. I love it too, but I don't see people like yearning for it. Like, when it first came out, it's like, oh, it's pretty good. Gotta get that.
Yeah.
Like with those pizzones back in the day. But I don't think they market it that much anymore. But
No, they don't.
pretty good stuff.
I like it though. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah,
I'd take some of that.
very fulfilling though. But I don't know. Yeah. How about you guys, Matt? It's been a while.
Oh, whoa, you're doing this now? Oh,
I don't care.
I'm doing pretty good. Yeah, I've been avoiding a lot of life duties and playing Switch, so that's probably not the best. But
Sounds
having
amazing,
fun.
actually. Yeah.
Shane? Ooh, more to come on that. What are you guys drinking?
Ooh, I've got a Moon Man from New Glarus.
Ooh.
Pretty good.
Oh, that's so weird. I too have.
I got an empty glass of water
from New Glarus.
Whoa!
It's like we blended.
Yeah.
Right. It's like you guys might be, close together or something.
I was gonna say, turn down the fourth wall a little bit here. Matt may or may not be in the same building currently.
Leeching the Wi-Fi. This is great.
Ew.
Yeah. Oh, so yeah, I had that Moon Man. I also had the this Shock Top Sunset Orange that I got as a late birthday gift from Eric last night.
Kind of looks like this, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that's so weird, so strange. I don't understand.
You gotta have two beverages at least.
I don't understand. Oh wow, there's a cool thing on the bottom of that. Which one is that?
Ooh, Easter egg.
Oh,
what is it? What's on the bottom of it?
Somebody's bottle had something on the bottom. Yeah, did it win? Did you win something?
Mine has 49 on it. I think it's just Inspector 49. Check my beer out.
Really? Just on that one?
Inspector 49.
Because I have nothing on the bottom of either of my two beers.
Ooh, you didn't get checked out. Your beer didn't get checked out.
Not inspected.
Inspecting the bottom.
Right?
It means either I got too much or too little booze in this one. I don't know.
Just enough.
It's a gamble. All right. Well, yeah, I suppose. What do you think? Should we start talking about some other stuff, or we can keep talking about drinks? That works too. No? Yes? Yes? No? All right.
Sure. I don't have much content though on beer here.
Oh yeah,
I'm drinking all my content.
That's the other thing. Tony's not. You don't have anything right now. What do you got? Nothing?
Water, an empty glass of water.
Okay.
Well, an empty glass.
News.
Sorry for cutting you off there.
Yeah, you're all right.
Didn't want to hear anything about water.
It's from Digital Trends. It's Tesla finally announces the $35,000 Model 3 moves to online-only sale mode. And this is long promised $35,000 fully electric car. That's the entry model. You can upgrade to a $37,000 one for a little bit more power and some fancier interior. But with both models, you have to put $2,500 down to kind of get your pre-order. Well, I shouldn't say pre-order, to start the process of purchasing one of these cars. And that is non-refundable. And I don't know how they do this. I've never really purchased a car online before, but 2 to 4 weeks delivery. I mean, does this come off of a truck? I don't know how that works. But
a guy in an Amazon van drives by.
Oh, there you go, on Amazon.
Comes out of the back.
Is it in the Amazon van?
Yeah.
No. Anyway, Model 3 Before, customers had to wait years to get this. You could pre-order it, and I thought I had the date before, but maybe I don't. But maybe it was in 2016. You could kind of start pre-ordering this. And this is really one of the cars they wanted to have for kind of the average person, because electric cars are still pretty new and therefore pretty expensive. So I know Elon Musk, for Tesla, he's CEO of Tesla, kind of want to have something for the sort of average consumer to kind of get behind. But the Model 3 goes 220 miles per charge, 0 to 60 in 5.6 seconds, top speeds at 130 miles per hour. It has manually adjustable seats and their cloth upholstery, basic audio navigation display, and they really didn't go too much into that in this article. But 15-inch touchscreen that's really in the dashboard, and I have seen this before, kind of just peeking my head, and I was actually at a gas station where I first saw one of these. Surprise! Obviously, the Tesla was not getting gas, but he did have his door open. I'm like, holy cow, that touchscreen looks huge.
That does sound massive.
Yeah,
I'm on a 12-inch MacBook right now, and the thing's even bigger than my laptop.
Yeah, and I don't know, something like that, definitely holds up. Obviously, I can get into my what I think about these kind of cars with winter and stuff, but I don't know for sure yet. But anyway, so there's a driver assistance technology included for emergency braking, collision warning, blind spot monitoring. And this is all like standard. This is all like for the base model. The 3 Plus Standard Range Plus, or the Model 3 Standard Range Plus, gets 240 miles on a range on one charge, 0 to 60 in 5.3 seconds, and top speeds at 140 miles per hour. And also with the interior, there's a 12-way power adjustable front seat, which is heated, premium seat material and trim. Upgraded audio system with immersion technology or immersive sound. Again, they didn't go too much into some of that, like if it's some sort of third party like Bose or anything. I'm not too sure. And docking for 2 smartphones.
Oh, that's cool.
It's weird.
That I didn't know. That's what I've been wanting for years.
2 smartphones?
Well, docks at all. Any dock.
That's
built in, yeah.
I was wondering if they would do Qi charging. That'd be kind of cool.
This is literally a Grind My Gears segment.
So what kind of dock? Like, would they have lightning ports or USB-C? Or that seems weird. You have to tell them what kind of phone you have?
I don't know if you can maybe you should go down like ordering one of these online, but I don't know. They didn't go too far into that, but docking for 2 smartphones, it was pretty generic on that. And I don't know if they go one way or another versus either Apple or Android heavy, because I feel like you want to know that, right?
Well, yeah, that's a good point. And then USB-C is really starting to pick up.
It is, and not to get too far on a tangent, but I do hope Apple kind of goes that way with the next one. But anyway, Tesla did quote 6% more money, you get 9% more range, power, and upgraded interior. So there's something to be said about the 35,000 versus 37. And anyway, this is probably where I had it. Tesla did began taking reservation deposits for the Model 3 in March of 2016, following rumors and implications of 400,000 to 500,000 pre-orders after that.
Pre-orders or reorders?
Pre-orders, yeah. Oh. In 2016. And Tesla filed a report in May of 2016 that did confirm 373,000 confirmed reservations. First Model Ts came out at the end of 2017, and they were the upgraded only models. And I did say there was a listed price of $50,000, but I believe it was with they have other things you can do to make that price go up, and a lot of it for the upgraded upmarket variants. You can get more premium interior and dual motor all-wheel drive for the $58,000 price point, and for an additional $3,000, you can get autopilot, which I know they're still kind of working on that. I don't exactly know what more technology goes into that.
It flies into space like that rocket.
Rocket? Oh, well, yeah, that's true. The big rocket.
Well,
Oh,
that's
I was gonna say
not.
something.
I think they say it stands for something else, but yeah, the
Yeah.
BFR, right?
Yeah, there you go. That was actually his Roadster. I think that went up there. But anyway, so for 5,000, you get full self-driving capabilities, but it's partially enabled at this time. Obviously, we don't have full autonomous driving yet. So anyway, decked out Model 3 is 3.2 seconds, 0 to 60 miles per hour, 162 miles is the top speed, and 310 mile range on charge. And also, you need to put a $2,500 deposit down. That is non-refundable. And that they said for something the more decked out ones, that's a 2-week time frame for getting that vehicle. To help with cutting costs, it's shutting down stores and pretty much going online only to get this. This is the big part of this article, is to buying a car online. It's just they're. I think I don't remember exactly the cost with it or how many people, but I think they had to lay off some people not too long ago. And I think this is also helping with that. They're shutting the stores down and only keeping some of the busiest stores open as showrooms and service centers. And I also found this kind of interesting. A memo to employees cited by NBC, Tesla CEO Elon Musk said, last year, 70% of all Model T orders were placed online rather than a store, and 82% of customers bought their Model 3s without even having to take a test drive. And then also, what I kind of thought this was interesting too was Tesla announced a new car purchase trial period effective immediately. You can now return a car within 7 days or 1,000 miles for a full refund. Can you even do that today with a regular car?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think once you drive it off the lot, aren't you pretty much stuck with it?
That's kind of what I think, unless there's the lemon law, which I think you have to kind of go through some hoops with. But, I mean, that's kind of nice that, you can buy a car online. I guess you can basically try it out for 7 days. Or, if you're under that 100,000 mile limit, say it's not right for you, you can return it. No harm, no foul. You can get your full money back. So, I don't know.
Nice.
But I think that, go on.
I was just gonna say I don't like how there's certain things like cars and mattresses where it's just so different from buying anything else. Like you have to haggle and you've got to go talk to some sales guy. So it's kind of nice to have bringing the car kind of in parity with everything else you buy, where I just go online, I customize it, I order it, and then it gets dropped off. So it feels a little bit weird, but not test driving something that expensive. But it is pretty nice to have that. The buying experience is the exact same as everything else, which it seems weird that it was different.
Yes, I fully agree, and I like that catch-all. Like, I'm like, all right, you can read all the reviews till you're blue in the face, and you're like, let's take the plunge. It's a car. It's obviously a lot of money, and I don't know if they have any sort of finance options on their website that you can kind of bring in a different like lender or some sort of bank option. I didn't really kind of go through the options online and how they do that, but I just that catch-all at the bottom where it's like, all right, I bought this, I kind of don't like it, take it back, and then Amazon or whoever picks up the car. UPS, your UPS drop-off center, you just throw a car right there. No, I don't know, but Jay.
Well, incidentally, I did. There, I had to crop. I just went in and cropped out the people in that, but but I did. Was that the Waukesha the Milwaukee Auto Show yesterday, as a matter of fact, and I got to check one of these bad boys out, and I'm really, really still considering this as being maybe my next vehicle.
Do they talk to you about like the weather, about the cold? Like I know tomorrow we got a winter advisory where it's going to be negative whatever, and how that works with a battery.
No, that's a good point. Glad you.
I just want to know like if it's okay that I go to work and then the car's in the parking lot for 8+ hours. Is it still going to have a charge when I leave work?
Oh yeah, I kind of wonder. The heat too must run off the battery. Where I think normal cars, the heat just comes from the engine and it just kind of blows it at you. Where I wonder what kind of mileage you get if you got the heat blasting.
Yeah, does all that take a hit if you have like the radio on or the podcast or whatever you listen to, plus the heat if it's really cold outside, or air conditioning on the other end of it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's the under the hood.
Ooh.
There's
nice.
nothing there.
Nothing under the hood.
That's another. So where is all the batteries and everything? Is that underneath the car?
Yeah, that sounds right. Maybe.
Do you have two trunks then? How does that work?
Yeah, there was a huge amount of storage space in the trunk.
Oh, that's kind of cool. I like that. I think it's a great idea. I just would like, before I suppose I invest that kind of money, I'd want to know, if I'm not going to be stranded somewhere,
Mm-hmm.
and how long plugging in or charging takes.
Ooh, good point.
I mean, I know how long it takes to fill, gas tank, matter of minutes or whatever. But
so apparently I also heard, I went through and saw all the various car models and everything there, and supposedly, according to my dad, they're BMW is phasing out gas-powered vehicles, allegedly. Like, I didn't even realize they were doing electric, let alone getting rid of gas vehicles. So that seems to be quite the trend.
I heard another company was doing that too, but it's escaping me.
Yeah, that's
more
crazy.
Companies want to start doing that.
That's crazy that we've got, that's another thing we're maybe going to talk about a little later tonight. Just batteries in general have just gotten crazy good over the last, I don't know, I would even say 10 years. Just so much better than they used to be. It's ridiculous.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, so I was so I talked to the Tesla guy yesterday, and he, I said, I thought it was still hard to get the Model 3, and he acted like not at all, and that maybe like a year ago that was a problem. So I guess I don't know. I guess I'm still a little confused by this article. And if it's really the price point that it was the entry level part, that's the part that was not as available. Does that seem like that's the case? Or the online, you said the online only part was a big part of it.
I think that's a big part of this article, but I remember when this first, when I first heard like, oh, you can pre-order it now, but then as, hearing it from like other podcasts or whatever, just that they were kind of falling short of expectations of getting this car out to people. Like there was a backup, there was back orders, but now it seems like with their, what is it, Gigafactory or whatever outside Vegas. I think I did an article on that a while ago, and they're just ramping that up along with getting these. I think it goes through their California distribution center too, or manufacturer or wherever. But now that those are up and running, I think that it's quick to get one versus it was. I mean, I don't think it was at first, especially all last year.
Well, and I think he mentioned the one that they had there was maybe like 45,000, even though he said they started at 35. But
yeah, because there's other bells and whistles you can put on them too. I think you can kind of customize it out. But yeah, and to Matt's point too, just the whole haggling and just in the back of my head thinking, when buying a car or whatever, am I getting ripped off? Is this guy trying to take me to the cleaners? Like, that's why I don't know if I like those situations.
No, I hate that.
Yeah.
I mean, in America or in the United States, you literally haggle for like one thing, which is cars. And so these people sit there every day. They're haggling. They're professionals at this. And you come in and there's not much experience to how to haggle correctly, and you're expected to. I always feel like I'm walking away from there and getting ripped off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember for my vehicle, the guy ended up who was the same guy that Tony bought his from, but at one point, I might have been over haggling because he was like, at one point he was just like that. I'm like, I said, well, can you go lower? Can you go down to this? And he's like, he basically told me, yeah, the price is going to start going back up at that point or something like. So,
well, like he was like, oh, man.
It's like, yeah, you're taking me for all I'm worth here.
Keep talking.
Yeah. But yeah, I was gonna say. What else was I gonna say? The Teslas. Yeah. So the touchscreen in this one, it did look pretty nice. And it looked so. My previous experience with seeing Teslas was in Houston in last June, at the Tesla store there, and I that's when I actually got to sit in. It was an SUV, and they had the touchscreen, but it was the vertical, huge touchscreen on that thing. Yeah, this one looks like it could be similar size, maybe a little bit smaller, but it's rotated the other direction. So this one, the Model 3 has it's landscape, and for whatever reason it's portrait in the SUV. or one of their SUVs. I did ask the guy, they don't support AirPlay, which I was kind of surprised about. And that was according to him, so I don't know for sure. But he also said they have their own system and their own navigation and stuff. Now, whether or not you'd have to, the only problem with that, you got to keep in mind, and something I'll definitely want to research before I actually, pull the trigger on this, and that's a lot of cars that have their own GPS is you actually have to pay for a service to update the maps and all that, and that's annoying. So I definitely wouldn't want that. It's not that because AirPlay is not all it's cracked up to be, and that's what I told the guy too. But from my previous experience, but at the same time, that is the nice thing is that you don't have to update the maps and all that. So I'll have to look more into that before I actually buy one of these. Along with so many other things, like where are their charging stations, where can I actually charge it, and everything, and the thing I at the end of the day I was thinking to myself, like, yeah, there's charging stations, like you can just use a standard outlet though for these.
Yeah, one of the higher ups in my department has one, and I saw like there's an underground parking lot in my building at work, and I saw he plugged it in because he can underneath in the. But I mean, not everybody. Like I wouldn't have access to doing that.
Right.
Like,
it's not like every parking lot.
He's a higher up. He's got
Sure. It's not like every parking lot has a extension cord coming out to it or anything too. That's really the problem, I think. And we have a couple of charging stations at work, but and throughout some of our other locations, shall we say? But yeah, it's
there's
still,
websites
still
that
pretty
can show you those
uncommon.
locations.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I think your work actually showed the location for charging stations. But I'd want to know like how long does it take? Like if it's plugged in all day, am I going to get 3 miles, 10 miles?
Right.
50% battery, 10% battery.
It's probably all. You think? I mean, I thought I've heard overnight it should fully charge, but is that not right?
Maybe. But then I heard you can get something like you can get an electrician to come into your house and kind of like get a faster charger for this car, for an electric car. So I don't know. There's a lot of options out there.
Sure. Cool. Well, before I forget, Mike said, "What's up, dudes?" So what's up, Mike? Sorry, no, you're probably
Mike.
gone. He's probably out of here now. I did wave to him in the chat, but
Nice. You did a good job, Shane.
yeah. All right. Well, I suppose I can get on to talking about this here, which is from Entrepreneur. Is that a magazine or website? It's definitely a website. I know that much. But rumor. This is a couple weeks old now at this point. And I think Tony has already taken a stance against this. But rumor: Apple AirPods 2 AirPower new iPads to arrive March 29th. Word has it that Apple is planning to release its second-generation AirPods along with new iPads and the long-awaited AirPower wireless charging pad. So this is according to a Greek website, which is called iPhoneHellas.gr.
Heyo.
Now, mind you, the entrepreneur part is more reputable, I think. But
Sure.
Second-gen AirPods, new iPads, and finally the AirPower wireless charging mat are scheduled, allegedly, to be released on March 29th. And according to 9to5Mac, just to kind of completely undersell this website, iPhoneHellas.gr, quote, does not really have a past reputation, unquote. But they say Apple, according to the iPhone Hellas, will be taking pre-orders on March 22nd. On the other hand, there's a well-known leaker of tech named Steve Hemmerstoffer from, quote, a new and yet unconfirmed but seemingly reliable source, unquote, states wireless AirPods case, shipped with the current AirPods, are coming soon, and that the new AirPods with new colors will likely be coming out in fall. The AirPods will reportedly come with built-in Siri features, which they do already, so I'm a little bit they have certain features, right? I'm guessing they're saying additional capability with that. A non-slip coating, higher quality audio, and they're apparently going to be coming in both black and white. And this is the part that that kind of stings more to me, is that they'd be potentially $40 more or $200 for these guys. Which I don't know. They've been in the habit of doing that lately with like the new Apple Pencil and all that kind of, and yeah, I want to say the new Smart Cover. I don't know if that price actually went up or not, but certainly the Apple Pencil. And even though it's a lot better, like if you're going to add new features, I feel like you got to really work on maintaining that price point personally. But
Yeah.
but what will be maintained is the battery life. Apparently, that's not rumored to be changing. And in terms of the iPad, they say this Greek company says a full-size iPad and 5th gen iPad Mini may also be coming. And developer Steve Troughton-Smith, I don't know, they didn't really say like where he was a developer, but in December, part of me thinks maybe Apple, but that you'd think, the issues that were holding back the AirPower have since been corrected, and that something that was announced in the fall of 2017 may finally now be coming to fruition here. So, all kinds of hearsay and nothing really solid here, but yeah, it kind of gets me excited. I don't know.
I don't know. I think it's going to be just a streaming service or a service in general that, I don't know, is earlier than later. But yeah, we'll see.
And you're getting that from Tom Merritt, or?
Pretty much.
Yeah. So he has he doesn't think any of this stuff is coming.
Well, also, like, I know that the big guru for Mac rumors is, I don't know if you've heard of Minji Kuo. Have you heard of that guy?
It's my favorite Pokemon.
Pretty credible. What's that?
It's my favorite Pokemon.
That's nice. But I don't know. That's where Tom Merritt, Daily Tech News.
Yeah.
He kind of gets some things from him. But I suppose I've just heard, at least for I think the March event is going to be maybe more of a service, is what I've heard of. Now again, it's all rumors, so who knows what's happening. But I have also heard, and I don't think sometime this year, 16-inch MacBook Pro, 31-inch 6K display, and I think that's so far, and that's I think maybe Minji Kuo had something to say about that or talk about that, but I don't know about dates or anything like that.
Wait, is that a website or a person?
What's that?
Is that a website or a person, Minji Kuo?
I think it's a person, and I don't know if you've heard of that, Matt. If you've heard of that name.
I've heard of it. I'm pretty sure it's a person. Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
for the record,
I thought he worked at like some data analytics company, but I don't know. Some sort of analyst with I don't remember. Was it? No, I'm not. Garmin or Reuters or I don't know. It was. I thought it was some sort of data analytics company, but then I thought that person left and he went somewhere else and they weren't getting the same updates from him, but then he went back, or they're still getting updates from him, but don't quote me on that. I'm not too sure. But whenever I hear that name and they say that, typically that person's rumors are a little bit more, have been more credible over times. There have been times when the dates maybe didn't line up with what he said, but it still seems to more pan out for that than other, rumored sites or anything like that. But I don't know. Anyway, I just heard services more than hardware, at least in March. But who knows?
Ooh, yeah, I just want to throw I love the AirPods. I think they're really good. I'm not a huge audiophile, but the audio quality it's much better than the wired ones. And I'm really looking forward to the wireless charging. I've got an iPhone 7. It doesn't have wireless charging, but once they have AirPods that are wireless charging, it'd be really nice to just switch all phones and stuff to wireless and just have the some wireless mats just around that around my apartment where I could just set stuff, charge it, not have to worry about the lightning cables.
Well,
I hope they switch the iPads all to USB-C. That would be awesome too. If you've got just USB-C to charge laptops and stuff laying around, that would be pretty nice as well, instead of having a specific charger for every single laptop you've got or every single device. So Looking forward to this. We'll see if it happens.
Well, the audio quality does seem to be pretty good here, as you can see. Literally using them right now.
Oh.
But
yeah, if you're curious how they sound, yeah, I'm using them right now, so you may form opinions by the end of the episode.
Yeah, I enjoy mine quite a bit. Sometimes I don't know. I have had issues with the microphones in the past on those things, and some of it's because I use them for working out a lot, and I think in the past it's been something with getting sweat on them, maybe affects that, but then they just clean them and they work fine. I got that brush, the same brush that Apple uses, used to clean themselves, which seemed to work out pretty darn well, which I think I mentioned on a previous episode, but actually, probably have it here if anyone is interested. I don't know if it's going to have that model number right on it or not, but let's see here. It's the Tech Brush Technical 2032-1. Yeah, it's got like 2 bristles on each end. A bristle on each end, not 2. It's this guy, which hopefully you don't see any mite earwax on there, but oh, it's pretty nice.
Matt's looking like this.
Nice. They're gonna zoom in on that one. All right.
Yeah, no, I like that a lot. But yeah, I mean, I could looking forward to. I certainly probably wouldn't get the 2nd gen AirPods, just because. Yeah, I mean, I can only spend so much on. I already do spend way too much on Apple crap. But
how do you like the wireless charging? Are you guys happy with that, or?
Yes, I love it.
So far,
all right. I just said something too fast. I would say, because I have a charger that, I don't know if I can, well, maybe I can do this here. This charger right here. I had this on my nightstand, and you kind of just put your phone on it. And I know some mornings I would see that it would be off a little bit, and then, I'd look up, I'd be like, all right, my iPhone's like 20% or whatever. So I don't know if I kicked it or if I hit it or if I did, when I put it on before bed, if I just didn't trigger it, because I feel like, I don't know. I feel like maybe I'm the only one having this issue. I don't know if Shane seems like he doesn't have this issue.
I think I only had it happen once where it didn't end up charging. And we have different chargers. You have what is that one, Belkin, or is...
This one is the Belkin one, but I also did get something a little kind of pricey.
So I got the Mophie. I got the Mophie one then, which is smaller. Yours is white, mine's black, but it's got I don't know. It just seems to have a really good nonstick surface on it. I don't know how that one compares. Like I think the whole top of it might actually be that nonstick.
This is
rubber.
It can move, but there's a nice little like rubber circle thing I can show it again. That kind of makes it from not moving to maybe not. It's kind of fleshed out. I don't know if can I zoom in on that? Can you see that? No,
your bokeh effect is probably affecting that.
There's that right there. Can you see that?
Yeah, we see that. Yeah. That's the only part that's rubber on that. It's just that little circle that's rubber.
Yeah, that's rubber. And I suppose it's supposed to probably prevent it if I knock it, or I don't know. Maybe there's a notification that vibrates it off the certain area, but. And then I tried a bunch of cheap ones like that were upright, like that it would lean against. After like 2 days, those wouldn't charge at all, so I returned them. And then I kind of bought a pretty expensive one that does it with my watch, and it's all wireless, and it uses magnets, and it works out perfectly. It's probably nice. Belkin's most expensive one.
Gotcha. They got more of that kind of stuff coming out, so future looks bright for that. In fact, one of I almost talked about for the news, there was some company, I don't know if it's a Kickstarter or what exactly, but they have these like modularized ones that you can kind of join together, for multiple devices. They looked like they fit together like a jigsaw puzzle almost. Little black squares, you just kind of put them together. So something like that would be kind of cool too. But before I forget, I think it's worth at least mentioning, because we're not talking about it here too much, and not to undermine it, because obviously Samsung and what was it, Huawei announced their foldable devices, right? And those looked pretty neat, I thought.
Foldable phone devices.
Well, yeah, phones that turn into tablets, though. I mean, it's a phone and a tablet, I guess. But
yeah, but devices could be anything.
Sure. But yeah, they look pretty neat. Both of them have some very intricate hinges on those things to make them be able to do that. I don't know if it's something I would end up getting or not at some point. And at the same time, I don't know if I see Apple doing that, as we previously discussed via email, that it's not very Apple-like, I don't think. And, well, Tony's obviously he's got his Dell laptop now, but so he's not quite as ingrained in the in the ecosystem as Matt and I probably are currently.
True, but I probably will always stick with an iPhone unless something big changes.
Right. Well, that's the thing. Like,
I mean, I'll never say never. Well,
right.
There you go. Never mind.
Exactly. I should say, Matt.
It feels kind of like the touchscreen of laptops, where I can see some usage for it, but the foldable phone, I'm sure the phone switching to a tablet, it feels kind of in the whole touchscreen for a laptop, as in it seems like it could be useful in some sort of situations, but I might want to just have a phone and a tablet separate, and then have those two devices be them kind of do what they do. I guess showing off and getting the tech in the wild, that's pretty cool, because having a TV that could just come out of it's like a projector that just you pull it down, or it comes up from the bottom. Something like that would be really cool, and I can definitely. I think the flexible screens, the foldable screens, or whatever they'll find. I think they're gonna find a use for it, which is gonna be really cool. I just don't know if it's a phone that turns into a tablet is the ultimate use case for that.
Sure, and this is at the 2019 Mobile World Congress, which I know Tony's talked about that before. I believe that's correct. That's where they announced this. Tony, can you confirm that? By chance?
Yeah, they talk about a lot of cell phone technology there. I think it's in Spain.
Barcelona, yeah. Barcelona, Spain, yeah.
Blanking on
Barcelona.
Barcelona, yeah, that's it. If you just said it, that's fine. I took my headphones off. I had to let
okay, sorry. Yeah, so that's I always forget the 1992 Olympics was there too. Summer Olympics.
Oh, there you go.
I also had
Nice.
the old NES game that worked with the power pad. That was
Power pad.
it was either that or it was it NES or was it Genesis that I had that game? I don't remember now. Maybe it was the Sega one, but that was kind of fun at the time. And what else? Yeah, that's right. No, Nintendo was a world or track meet. I think it was just called
Track and field.
Track and field. That's probably right. Yeah, it had Duck
I
Hunt.
had that game.
Mario
I had,
Duck
like,
Hunt
nothing.
and that on it. Yeah. And with the power pad. But anyway, the other thing that, of course, Samsung announced was the Galaxy S10 and the S10 Plus, and that was, I don't know, that also looked pretty cool, I thought.
Yeah, I thought so too.
Well, I mean, being able to charge other devices from it wirelessly, I mean, that's really cool, I think. That, to me, has a very practical purpose, whereas the folding thing is just, to me, still seems kind of gimmicky. Certainly, though, yeah, being like if I had the ability to charge my watch on my phone or something, while I was out and about or something, that's pretty neat. On the other hand, my watch almost never runs out of battery life, so like how practical is it really? I guess I don't know for sure, but really interesting tech. I love that. I'm glad Apple, and both Samsung and Apple, are starting to do more with wireless charging, as is the case with the new Apple Pencil. And it's a great way to stay in shape.
Nice.
Yeah, like at an airport, an iPad to phone would be, your iPad just has such a bigger battery. That seems the ideal case of transferring battery energy from one device to another.
Mm-hmm. Sure. Yeah, that'd be great. Good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I suppose we can move on to this.
You know what really grinds my gears?
Oh wait, was there more, Tony?
No, you're good. I like when you talk about stuff that irritates you.
You know what really grinds my gears? Okay, this one's. I might be stretching a little bit on some of these, but
Elevators.
Elevators.
Where did they get off?
They get off going. What do they get off? Going up and down. They just all they do all day. All you do is you go up, you go down. What's the deal? The doors they open and close.
Oh, dare they?
Yeah. So this is like I said. This is kind of a stretch because I get some people. I understand some people absolutely need elevators to be able to get around. Totally understand that. That's not really my point here. My point is that for lazy people like myself, they're just so slow compared to just taking the stairs sometimes. And by all rights, I always did take the stairs at work up until recently. For some reason, I decided I was going to slack off. But I'm starting to kind of think about getting back into just taking the stairs all the time for that reason. Because not only now this is something that Matt and I experienced. We were at BlizzCon back in November, and I swear there was like one single elevator in this whole hotel or something. Oh. There must have been just the one, right? Like, because it was every single floor. Yeah. The thing would stop. We were on the top, like 6th floor, and it just stopped at every single floor. And like, there was no way. Like, absolutely would have been faster to take the stairs. Like, probably took twice as long for us to take that stupid elevator. So it's just it's the process.
You had to do it, right? You had to take the elevator?
Well, I mean, you never knew. You know, it was a gamble whether or not it was going to stop at every floor. But in that case, it happened most of the time. Thankfully, that was the worst example of an elevator I think I've ever seen. And since then, you know, you get sometimes it's hit or miss, right? Sometimes you got to wait for the elevator to get there. And then once you actually get on it, then you may or may not have to stop on certain floors along the way to, depending on what floor you're on, it may make zero sense timing wise. On top of all that, not getting any exercise really, not hardly any exercise at all when you're taking the elevator.
Who needs that?
Yeah. I mean, the only reason I've even considered is because when I get to the top of the stairs, sometimes, like even going a couple of flights, I should say, even going 3 flights of stairs, sometimes I get more winded than I probably should. Which is the thing is, like even when I take the stairs all the time, it always I don't know what it is. I don't ever seem to get any less winded for whatever reason, because you know I still run a fair amount and that helps or whatever. But even that little bit, I don't know. It's just minor inconvenience, I guess. So I should probably just keep taking the stairs all the time. But yeah, I don't know. It's just like I said, it's a dumb thing. I guess what I'm kind of wondering is whether or not they can be faster. If there's, you know, a way to, you know, have it be like the glass elevator from Willy Wonka or something. I don't, or
just have it, you know, speed the doors up. Those are ridiculous. And then also we've got an elevator at work, and you can never even feel it accelerating. It just feels like you get in there and things broken. It makes a little bit of noise,
right?
And then the doors open, and it's just, you could definitely speed that up. I can, you know, if I feel a little bit of you know, G's or whatever when I'm accelerating, that sounds good to me. That's fine.
Right. Yeah.
Matt wants those G's.
Those G's.
I've noticed one of our elevators. Oh yeah, one of our elevators at work has started making some noise too. I started noticing, and it's like, so there's that. On top of all of that, some of them seem pretty sketchy. There's always the possibility of getting trapped in an elevator. All these things bad.
What's the percentage of that, though? I mean, really?
Never know. My odds increase every time I step in one, I suppose.
I suppose don't step in one.
But you know, you could say that
you're
about
that concerned.
You could say that about taking a plane and everything. But the difference being, my point is, like, I would never take a plane if it was just as fast to take a car. You know, like.
Well, yeah.
So, not an ideal mode of transportation, if you can call it that. The elevator.
Sort of.
Yeah. All in all, that's my whole point. I just wish they could speed up the process on how these things just operate overall, and still be safe. Like I want people to be safe, but yeah, as of right now, my opinion, not very efficient. Could use improvement. That's all I got.
Still going to use them? Is that it? Is that what we took away from here?
I'm not. I think I'm going to start using them less.
I hate them, but I don't see myself changing. There.
I'm going to try to not take an elevator tomorrow.
Good for you, Shane.
Yeah.
Baby steps.
Let the other people that want to waste their time take them. Okay, well, that's enough of that. I suppose we can move on to talking about this here.
XP boost.
Oh, Matt, you know someone that was in an elevator during an earthquake?
Oh, yeah. Well, apparently. I don't know much else other than that.
Do you know someone?
He's like, what? Huh?
May or may not be the same person. We'll be talking about some feedback in a moment here as well. But scary stuff. I definitely don't want that to ever happen to me.
No, that's... Yeah. You just hope they plan for that. Like, hey, let's build in all the safety features to account for an earthquake.
And hope they work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, so XP boost. Here we go. So today we're talking about a couple things. I think we're going to touch lightly on this one because it doesn't really... I wouldn't say it's necessarily simplifying our lives, but maybe it is. I guess
bragging.
It is giving us enjoyment in general, and that is the Nintendo Switch. And just to give a brief introduction here, the whole reason, and I'm going to start with me because, as far as I'm concerned, you guys only got them because I did.
I saw that coming, by the way.
That's probably true.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't hurt.
So first it was my brother and our friend. They were playing a bunch of Diablo on the Switch, and I was like, I'm gonna go out and get one, because I'd kind of considered I didn't have a PS, I didn't have a PS4 or an Xbox One, and
impulse buy.
Yeah, it really was. Plus we were up north and had basically nothing else to do during our downtime, I should say. And we, so I went out, got one, I got the bundle, and I didn't realize at the time that it was download only, and we're in kind of the middle of nowhere, and ended up needing to download the whole game on my cell connection overnight, and it was almost done when I woke up.
Wow, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
How many gigs was that?
Oh, gosh. That's a really good question. It's maybe like 14 or something. I don't know. Maybe I'm...
Go unlimited plan.
Something like that. Oh, yeah, exactly. Definitely got that unlimited plan. But it was a lot of fun. Matt and I incidentally played that at BlizzCon briefly. I really liked how it controlled. It felt way better with the dual joysticks than the Diablo Immortal, even though that's the mobile game. We got to try that out. That seems okay. But yeah, I was really impressed by how the Switch felt with the Joy-Cons. I think that's what they call those things. And I suppose I could show it here. There we go. There's the Switch. And it's cool. I really like how it feels. And overall, it's been really fun. But yeah, I'd played Diablo for quite some time. Then Christmas rolled around. My brother, he got me Zelda, Breath of the Wild, and then Super Smash Brothers I ended up getting with a gift card, I think. And Zelda, it's a beautiful game. Gameplay is pretty fun, but it's at the same time it's that mixed in with some challenging. I don't know. Some of them are not too challenging, but the puzzles and that are they're fun. It's all fun. It's a good time. Smash Brothers. It's a bunch of button mashing, really.
Nice. Good.
No,
Not going crazy.
No, it's... I mean, there is some skill behind it, but to me, and I put down here, it reminds me of Mario Kart or Hearthstone in the sense that, yeah, there's some skill involved, but there's a whole lot of randomness at the same time that seems to play a big part of it. And, yeah, so I ended up getting just the basic... I should say not basic. I got the bundle, the Diablo bundle, as I mentioned, and so it comes with the. Don't actually know what you call this thing, but it's the basic controller, and the if I can show you, these things just slide right in like so, right? It's got a very satisfying click when it does that, and then I really like, and mind you, I understand the Switch is it's been out for quite some time at this point, but I really like this. To me, just feels good. It feels just fine, and I have no reason to get the Pro controller as far as I'm concerned, because frankly, I'm not a pro gamer. But I like it a lot. And yeah, it's the other thing that I really enjoyed about it was that I can actually play a full-fledged game console from bed, as opposed to, I can't really say that about. I mean, I guess I could if I still had a TV in the other room and if I still had a game console in there, but this is I should say I can take it anywhere, right? You can take it anywhere, not just bed. You can take it wherever you want. It's very nice, assuming that it's charged, of course.
Huh.
Yeah. So then, as of what? When did you get yours, Matt?
I've had it 2 or 3 weeks now. Yeah, I picked up Zelda and Smash Brothers. I played Smash Brothers like literally an hour, and I've been playing Zelda the rest of the time. I'm not a huge fan of when you dock the controls onto the tablet and kind of play. Like if you're playing in bed, that just the weight of it makes it a little hard to hit the trigger ones. And Zelda uses those L and R top buttons quite a bit.
Oh.
So I do like that joystick thing that you had. Just the weight feels pretty good. I'm not a huge gamer either. I had a PS3 I sold it a while ago. That's the last console I've had. But definitely getting into this one. At least Zelda. I know there's a couple other games on my list that I want to play that could probably sink a ton of time into. So I'll probably have to take a break after Zelda and just get back onto my normal routine. But having a lot of fun with it.
Yeah, it's good time. And then Tony, you got it as of when? Just last week?
Wednesday.
Yeah.
All right. Full. I guess disclosure. I really thought you were gonna get it, and you wanted us all to get it, and you kind of got it because of circumstance. You were hunting. You needed something to do, and I felt like after that was gonna happen, you'd be like, "All right, I don't really play this that much. That's it." Because hunting went done, and you went back to your old life. Not your old life. You're just away from hunting, and you went back to whatever you normally do. But apparently you stuck with it, and you played it, and Christmas went, and came and went, and then after that, I thought Matt was going to get one at the time of Christmas, and then, 2 weeks, so now we're fast forwarding up to when Matt got one. I'm like, oh crap, Matt got one too. And then, some other friends got them too, and I'm like, wow, this seems like something, and then we could all kind of play stuff together. I'm like, all right, now I got to see what I want to do here. So I'm like, all right. So then, yeah, I got it, and I think I pulled the trigger last Sunday, and just to pick it up at a store versus having it kind of delivered. I didn't want it waiting outside. I found something with a deal where I get like $35 Nintendo money that I could use on the subscription service, so I could play online with you guys. So yeah, I got Zelda, which I would say I probably am playing a hell of a lot more, but today I did play a little bit more Smash Brothers to kind of figure some of that stuff out more. So I'm kind of like seeing how that is, because there's like a single player mode too with that. So I'm opening up some things with that. But yeah, I could see myself with Zelda. And I've never really played a Zelda game before, but I definitely see the appeal of that. And you can kind of lose yourself in the story and just figuring some of this stuff out and kind of getting better stuff, better gear, better whatever. But
good time to start. Mark on Facebook said Mario Party on the Switch is super fun, which that's good to know. Mario Party I have played in the past. I wasn't huge fan of necessarily the whole like board game experience that you have with that, but maybe they've improved that since. Man, between that and Mario Kart, I don't know which one would be better, because I'm a huge fan. Part of the reason I got it too is like I love the whole party game idea and just being able to play with a bunch of friends. Really.
Do any of you have Mario Kart?
No, I did not pick that up yet. I still just have just those 3 games: Zelda, Diablo, and that other one. Zelda, Diablo, and
I've been looking around for Mario Kart, and I think it's sold out everywhere. You could probably get the digital download, but I've checked a few places and I can't find it, so I don't know if they're short supply right now.
That's the only one my wife kind of knows about. She's like, "Oh, Mario Kart." I'm like, "Oh man, I feel like I gotta
yeah,
get more."
exactly. That's like the game that brings
Like
everyone together. Yeah, it's and to be clear, it's I believe it's Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is what it's called, because that was more or less, I believe that was more or less a port from the Wii U, and because I think that was Mario Kart 8. They added the Deluxe. Now, mind you, Smash Brothers Ultimate, that's the full, Super Smash Brothers Ultimate is the name of the current Smash Brothers game. I don't know offhand. Part of me was thinking maybe that was also on the Wii U, but I don't know whether or not that's true exactly. So maybe I should look it up. Super Smash Brothers Wii U. That's what I'm kind of wondering. They probably have some game. They say they have it. Yeah. So there was a Super Smash Brothers Wii U, but it must not have been anywhere near. Some of these levels look similar. So I don't know if that was technically a port or not, but it's kind of like the Wii U was such a short-lived. Even though you can still get it, I guess. It was just not a very successful console for Nintendo. But, I don't know. It's been a lot of fun all around. I'm pretty excited to play some Smash Brothers with you guys. I was actually going to maybe, I don't know how, I know Tony doesn't like to stay up too late. But, so
I know, but I kind of thought this might turn into something. So I sort of talked about, or maybe thinking about if you wanted to try it.
Yes.
Play a couple rounds or something. I don't know.
I'm always game for that.
Game for that.
Yeah, so it's
that was dumb. Just kidding.
So it's $300 for the base console or $360 for a bundle. Like I said, I got the Diablo one. You had to do the digital download, and but I did get the case. What did I do with?
Do you guys have a preference of download the digital versus getting the card?
The problem is you don't. So it does have extra storage on it, but it's like you can expand the storage, which is right under. There's this kickstand here, which is kind of nice.
That's what that is.
Yeah, you can use that as a kickstand, but there's also a memory card slot under there that you can add. And a friend of mine just happened to give me that memory card. But otherwise, the storage space is pretty limited, and that's the only reason to me why I wouldn't want it. Like, I would probably do all digital if this thing had just a ton of storage space on it. But at the same time, you can always uninstall and reinstall later. I believe, it just is like account bound for that kind of stuff, which is the case with most things these days.
So what's the storage you got on there? What card do you have in there?
Should I just put it in here? This one, let's see. So this storage, this one's a 32 gig additional storage, which it's an okay amount, but at the same time, you're gonna still probably potentially run out pretty quick.
I did get this. I don't know if you guys can see it.
Not really.
You got to turn your blur effect off.
Oh man! All right, I'll turn it off. There.
Oh, what'd you get? Oh, 128. Yeah, that's pretty good.
$20.
Are you just doing what? Really?
Yeah.
So you could get quite a bit on there. That's probably the way
I haven't
to
really
go.
put it in yet though because I don't have a need. But I have been looking on the store and there's some pretty good stuff on there. So I don't know. We'll see. But I guess I do like. I like the idea. If you don't have the storage, then it is nice to be able to swap the game cartridges in or out. But I kind of find that a little tedious. I don't know if
it is. That is the one thing I will say.
Yeah.
I'm actually kind of regretting almost because so far all I have to do is switch back and forth between Smash Brothers and Zelda, but it's just that little bit does make it a bit annoying. And part of me just wanted the physical cartridges just to have them and check that whole experience out and taste them because they have that bitter taste to them. Did you try that, Tony? Or you don't have?
I did try that.
It does have that bitter.
Just because of what was it? The Morning Stream podcast where I think one of the hosts, Brian Ibbett, talked about that, and just so kids don't put them in their mouth and eat them or whatever. There's a bitter taste on them, and that was one of the first things I did just because I wanted to know.
Wait, did you do it yet, Matt?
I have not tasted it. Wow.
Yeah, just I just put my tongue on it a little bit. I'm sure it's probably not the best thing ever, but I mean, I'm still here. It's not like I'm dead or anything. But I feel like I'm going to go ahead and go crazy and just suck on the whole thing forever. I just did a little...
Everyone's going to taste it. Come on.
Yeah. I was curious there. I mean...
They put the bitter taste on so you don't taste it, and then
they do.
They do it.
Very true. Well, it's for kids.
I know enough not to, like, choke on it. I think that's it, because it's choking hazard, so...
Whoa.
I'm not going to throw the whole thing in my mouth.
Yeah. Well, I thought that was a pretty clever deterrent, to be honest. But I don't know. I think I like
pretty
that. I thought they mentioned recently that they might have taken that bitter taste away, but then I don't know. Then someone said that they still did it, so I'm a little bit confused as to whether or not they're still doing that. But as far as I know, they're still doing it. Okay. Well, what are you saying, Tony? 4 out of 5 stars? That's what you're saying?
No, I don't. Well, sure. I thought that's what you were saying, and I just decided to get all fancy with you.
That could be. I could see that. So there's a few things. You can't use your AirPods with them. You can't use Bluetooth headphones in its current state, even though the controllers are using some form of Bluetooth supposedly. You can't. What were the other things? The screen is not HD on the device itself, which is kind of weird considering every phone has super high, high def Retina displays now.
The screen's not the best on the mobile version.
No,
Yeah.
but I still kind of like
It's
it.
okay.
Yeah, and
I heard they might be coming out with an updated version this year.
Oh yeah,
of the Switch.
Of course.
But I do have a question for when you guys are playing like or you're taking it to someone's house or whatever, playing it portably. Do you take the cord with you? Do you kind of undock it from that thing that goes to your TV? How do you guys with the USB-C port or the USB-C plug? Do you have another one?
That depends. If I want to bring the whole console, I'll leave the stuff plugged in. I mean, but yeah. So just quick to show you. This is the docking station, and it folds down back. And you've got there's 3 ports. There's an AC adapter port. That's the USB-C. There's a regular USB you can use for, I guess, general charging and possibly pairing things. And then there's an HDMI port as well. It's a very bare bones.
What the heck are the USB-C, the USB-A things on the front? What is that?
There's 2 USB regular
A
ports on the other side.
That's a good question.
And I don't know if there's some sort of peripherals or any other thing that you can connect to them.
Well, I can tell you right off the bat, now that I'm looking at this, is the one in the back is blue, so that means high-speed charging USB 3.1. The ones on the side do not have the blue, so I'm guessing that's the big difference between those.
So do you take that with you then when you're going to other people's, like when you're being really portable, or... Just because I don't know how much it charges. Like, what is it, like a couple hours if you're playing it nonstop?
It seems to be pretty good. Yeah, like let's just say it's no Game Gear. Like,
that's right. Talking about batteries, that's right. 6 AA batteries, and it would last me maybe the better part of a day before I thought something was wrong with the batteries when I had one of those things.
A day?
Oh.
You got it to last a day somehow?
Well, the better part, not the whole day. It was pretty
people loved it.
Oh my god! What?
The landfill people loved it.
Oh my god, that's just the worst. Going through batteries, and then it's like, all right, I just bought this device. It's like, now I got to save for the battery pack so I can charge it, and then I don't have to buy batteries anymore. And I'm like, that's another, I don't know, ungodly amount of money I thought at the time because it was like 12 or something. Who knows?
We ended up buying this battery. Well, in hindsight, I don't know if it was just I thought it was a battery recharger, but I don't know if you can just recharge those kind of batteries. But it was probably, maybe it was just for some reason I was thinking it was a battery recharger that we ended up just using exclusively as a AC adapter, but maybe it was just a AC adapter ultimately, because we just ended up keeping that thing plugged in for the Game Gear. But anyway.
Holy cow, those rechargeable batteries, they took like 24 hours to recharge, or 2 days or something. It was something ridiculous. I can't remember.
Nice.
Way back.
Christy apparently says, oh, wait. No, that comment was deleted. I was going to say something about...
Nice.
That we should try Stardew Valley. I don't know. But
I've heard good things about that game, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's on the iPhone, too. And maybe Android, I don't know. But that that's on a lot of different platforms.
I definitely want to try that party one out. I think there's a couple different ones.
There's a new Final Fantasy, I think, that's coming to it. I don't know which one it is.
Seriously?
A different version of 12.
Oh.
But I see, like, the store has all of them. You can get 7, 8, 9. I was looking at the store. I'm like, this store's crazy. But I mean, there's a lot of, like, I don't know. There's if I'm going to give a ding to it, there's a lot of, like, social aspects of it that I don't know if I care about. A lot of, like, news and stuff too on the store, or like right when the game or the system opens up, I'm like, I don't know if I care about all these articles about different stuff. I don't know. What do you guys think about all that stuff?
You're talking about when you open up to the...
When you're like on the...
Yeah, like the...
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really like it.
So yeah.
But it's a screen they figure they need so you can, before you unlock it, so you don't accidentally hit the buttons. I guess that's the whole reason they make you hit the same button 3 times, right?
Sure. Oh yeah, wake from sleep or whatever.
So in that case, they just have some blank real estate to throw down there. Yeah.
Well, just like the articles, like, oh, you read this or you didn't read this or whatever. I'm like, I don't care to read any of this stuff. For whatever games or whatever stuff's coming up, I don't know.
Yeah.
Some of it's okay, but I don't know.
All right.
Sure.
Well, I think we can probably get on to maybe some of the, I don't know, this is probably the more functional product we're going to talk about today, which is Dyson, the Dyson vacuums that mostly the ones that Tony and I both have, which is, and I thought maybe I knew here, but I think you got the best one, don't you, Tony?
Yeah.
Which is the so let's just I'm just gonna sum it up and say the Dyson Cyclone version 10 or V10. Is it V? Yeah.
Yeah.
So that is the model that we have, and we have sort of like micro models between those, but we'll get to those probably at the end here. And then I don't know, should we end on yours here, Matt, or do you want to start with these?
However you want to do it.
Okay. We'll hold off on those.
Mine's pretty old, so.
Well, maybe okay, and then I take it back. Maybe we'll start with yours since they were made first. Since you got like 2010 types of things here. You want to briefly talk about those it?
Yeah, so we've got the Dyson. I guess it's the DC-25. I think it was just the normal upright vacuum that you plug in. Bought it right around 2010, early 2010. I mean, I love the thing. It's just way better than any of the other ones where you have to pull the bags out and change bags. It takes 2 seconds to dump it out. I looked at their recommended cleaning schedule, and there's other things that just everything kind of clips off, or it's got a button you push it to grab filters out or something like that. I think I've changed it once, and it seems to be running still pretty well. I'm always amazed at how much stuff it pulls up from. We've got a pretty small apartment. When we vacuum it once, I'm surprised how much it picks up. So. Yeah, I love the thing. I'm not sure how it compares to the newer ones. I didn't realize how old it was getting, and I think we probably are due for an upgrade. So I guess I'll look into that in the future. I don't know if you want me to talk about the side stuff. I do have 2 Dyson Air multipliers, the fans without the blades. I love those things. I picked up one for work, and we've got one at home, and they just work really well and look nice. So I keep those around. Love it.
Nice.
Yeah.
This it's just worth mentioning.
They have a desk lamp, which when I was looking for just a lamp to have it at home, or when the lighting's just want to have a lamp, they've got one that looks really nice. I guess it's called the CSYS. I don't know if it's like Sizzix or probably has some kind of cool name you're supposed to pronounce it, and it just looks really cool. If you're an engineer, you'd probably like it at your desk. It would just look nice. But the thing's like $650. So I can't really justify that. I ended up with something, I think $30 from Amazon. It has a USB phone charger built in, which is nice. But it looks awesome. I don't know why it costs that much money, but I would definitely buy it if it was somewhat reasonably priced.
Yeah. No kidding. And but to me, even the fans at $250, is that still we said from 2017, they still cost that much, do you know?
Oh yeah, I think they're still up there. So those are expensive too. They've lasted and held up very well. I think I just dust them every now and again. That's about it, but they work really well.
There's a hair dryer you could get if you want to complete your little kit there. If you want.
Yeah, I don't have too much hair to dry.
Nice. So I guess I am kind of wondering, since this is the V10 that Tony and I have, and yours is the DC-25, is yours wireless, or did you say it was wireless, or?
Nope, you got to plug it in.
Okay, so ours, the ones that I guess I should preface and say, the ones that Tony and I have are cordless, which is so it's the V10 of the cordless vacuum specifically, and so if you go on their website, I wasn't really sure. They definitely still do the corded ones, which are more the traditional Dyson that, when they first when I was first made aware of Dyson, to me it's got that iconic pivoting, ball mechanism right on at the base of it. That's kind of which they are utilizing some of that technology with the cordless ones that Tony and I have, but it's not really as iconic in the same way. But so I got one for Christmas, and like everything I'm talking about today, it seems like, and I've always kind of considered what it'd be like to have one of these. So I was pretty excited when I opened that up. And the previous ones I've had, I still have, I guess, lying around somewhere. Dirt Devils, I think I have like 3 Dirt Devils, because I had the upright one that's pretty old, and then I had an old, more traditional dirt, like the original, I want to say original style, where it's just like a handheld thing. And then I ended up buying a cordless Dirt Devil. At one point or another, I did 2 different cordless ones. Both of them sucked. Well, they didn't really, as far as I'm concerned. They just, battery didn't last very long. They didn't seem to really have a lot of suction going on them.
Yeah.
But then in comes the Dyson, and holy cow, these things are pretty awesome. First thing I noticed when I open it up is there are a huge amount, and this kind of varies depending on which model you get exactly, but huge amount of accessories come with this thing. In addition to that, you get this mounting bracket that you put on, you can obviously mount it to the wall. It also allows you to string the charging cord through it, and so you can just kind of set the thing right on it. Which I still have no clue where I actually want to put this. And Matt, actually, I think you have it right there. Do you see it on the table in front of you by chance?
Yep, it's right next to me.
Oh yeah, can you show that on camera? If there might be
quality. There it is. Look at that.
You want the pieces of it? Or?
Oh, not the Dyson itself. Well, you could show the Dyson, but I was gonna say.
Here we go.
I think the mounting bracket is just right there. Yeah.
Oh jeez, this guy. I have no clue. I'm assuming that's it.
Well, that's at least part of it.
I'm gonna start grabbing stuff off the table and showing it.
I think it's gray, black, but also the clear piece is part of it too.
Oh, it's probably attached to the vacuum itself. But
oh yeah, it is. No, that's fine. Yeah, what you held up was fine. It's a clear bracket that kind of fits with the charging station too, where you mount it to the wall.
It might not hurt to show it though.
Oh boy,
he's gonna make Matt do everything here for me.
And for our audio listeners,
he's very convenient
to be you.
Gotta be right. This is it, right?
Yeah. Yep. Well, that's the basic, base unit of it, and it is attached to the mounting bracket there, right? The clear part goes on the back of that. That gets to the wall, and as you can see, very nice, Matt. Yes, thank you.
No, that works.
That's right.
Thanks, I appreciate that. Obviously, that's just the initial part of it, and then you get the long neck as well. That's sort of the base, the main, what do you call it? Main accessory, shall we say? That treats it like more of a traditional vacuum, and it's a lot of fun.
It is a lot of fun, actually.
Kind of is a lot of fun, yeah. So and the other thing about that bracket is it does have, as you saw in that, it does have the two holders for accessories that kind of come off the bottom of it. Now you can't get like every accessory in that. I don't think it's really kind of mostly for the ones that don't have wide parts kind of hanging off of them. Just kind of the ones that are straight vertically. But I don't know, kind of like that quite a bit. And so the thing I immediately noticed when I vacuumed with it, and this was right after I had already vacuumed the whole house. You know, I had just had a party, and it's not like the party is going to make the floor that much more dirty or anything, but I had just vacuumed and everything. Used this thing, huge amount of dirt and dust that this thing picks up. I couldn't even believe it. Like, it sounds like I'm an infomercial right now or something for it. But I swear we were not making any money off of Dyson or anything. And yeah, it was crazy the amount that the thing picked up. And so the thing about the cordless ones specifically is, and I don't know, maybe this is also the case with the corded ones, Matt, but these are kind of designed to work on any surface. So you don't really need, you know, a broom or anything anymore. You can just use this just about anywhere, right? And
yeah, I go hardwood and back to carpet and everything, and I don't have to adjust anything. I think it just pivots, so it works really well.
The pivoting mechanism is really nice, and that's, you know, as I was kind of alluding to, that was one of the big sort of selling points about the original Dyson, was that pivoting sort of technology, and, you know, they did incorporate that in this one as well. And it works really well, I found. And you too, Tony, you're using this on basically every surface, yeah?
Oh yeah, I think there's different attachments for ones for like more of the hardwood floor type and ones for the carpet. And I usually mix those up because I don't know what goes where, but Kate kind of teaches me stuff, so that helps.
Nice.
But yeah, I think it's easy, especially with the cord. I don't know, the cord would always just get in the way or whatever. You have to replug it in depending on what room you're in, but just kind of going everywhere with it. It's pretty nice.
Very true, very true. So one thing I noticed, first for whatever reason, I'm like, I'm gonna go full blast of this thing, because there's like 3, whatever you call it, airflow settings or whatever. I used the max one right off the bat, and I found that to be on a full charge that lasted about one floor. I could get one floor done when everything was on max. So, oh, there you go. Thanks, Matt.
There it is. Is
the other part over there too, or no?
What other part?
Oh yeah. Oh geez.
As long as you're picking stuff up.
Over. You just keep standing, Matt.
Yeah.
This might not fit in the
shot.
Yeah, just step away from the shot.
There we go.
Ooh, Matt is showing he's
very nice.
The whole vacuum.
Appreciate that, Matt.
Yeah, this goes.
Oh,
like
and the attachments. Oh, and the attachments go into the other attachments.
Somehow it works.
Look at him. A little show and tell from Matt, folks.
All right,
let's give it up for Matt.
Yeah. So that was the main vacuuming accessory there, the one with the long neck to it. And yeah, so I think, Tony, you said you were maybe using the medium setting on that. Mostly
I've tried both. I've done everything. I probably tried to see. I think the first time we got it, I think we tried to just destroy the battery just to see how, like, what the limit is on max. But for the most part, I kind of forget that there's settings on it, and I just kind of just pick it up and go. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's right, I could do max, and I sometimes remember that, and I'm like, all right, I'll do max. I don't know. It seems like it picks up no matter what I do.
Yeah. What would you say though on the medium setting? How much longer do you find the battery kind of lasts, I guess?
Yeah, I'm sure it probably lasts. I don't know if I really did anything on the medium. The medium setting, I feel like I've gotten everything done that I wanted to without it draining on me. Probably on the medium setting, so probably tend to keep it on that. Yeah, I don't know. What about you?
Yeah, I haven't really done too much yet. I want to try one of the lower settings here soon, but it's the real question is I feel like you're not going to get the whole house down, maybe even on medium, which could be
Well,
I don't know. Depends on how fast you go, I guess.
I'm wondering, do you need to go? You could probably go low setting maybe on hardwood floor if you're just picking up regular dust and stuff. I bet, I don't know if you have to go crazy on hardwood.
That's a good point. Very good point. So given all this, as you already saw, it has a super slim and light form factor, which I like a lot. And that is maybe one of the big differences between the cordless and the corded one as well. I don't know. Do you find, Matt? Do you find yours to be lightweight, or because it's a little bit, it's maybe a little bit bulkier than the cordless ones, but would you say it's pretty light?
I mean, it's designed to just sit on the floor and with that big ball, so it's not. I mean, it's about the same weight I would expect a vacuum to be a plug-in upright one. I mean, this one seems pretty nice. You could just tuck it away somewhere. If you hang it a little higher in a closet, you can still put shoes and stuff under it. Right now, the one we've got takes a fair amount of space in our closet. We've got a fairly small apartment, so it might be overkill. This actually seems like it'd be a much better solution for what we need.
Right. And I guess one of the main differences there too, aside from being cordless, is that because as I mentioned, that long neck accessory is an accessory, there are much shorter ones, so you can basically use it like more of that traditional Dirt Devil handheld, on your steps and things like that. So it's kind of nice for that, which that's maybe one of the big selling points of the cordless one as well.
Mm-hmm.
And what else was I going to say? You have to, it has sort of a trigger to it. That's one of the big differences. You have to keep it held down, which it's that's fine. But at the same time, you don't have to keep it held down the whole time, I suppose. There's maybe that could maybe save battery as well. And I'm guessing that's maybe why they did it that way, so you don't have to keep it running the whole time. I personally that's half the reason you would, in my eyes, why you would ever be stopping is because you're like tripping over the cord and all that in the past. But I suppose if you're moving furniture and things of that nature, that could maybe that would be a reason to have it as that trigger, so you don't have to keep it held down the whole time, and save on the battery a bit. But that is and then the filter system, I guess, and like emptying it, as Matt kind of talked about, it's pretty straightforward. I mean, it actually took me a second to kind of get it because
me too.
Because it has a sliding mechanism, and then it pops open the top. And the first time I did it, I got a little dust where I didn't want, it was in the general area of the trash can, but it wasn't. I didn't get it right in there because I didn't really realize that the thing pops open the way it does. So if anybody out there gets one of these, be a little bit cautious of that. And then just a couple other things I wanted to mention about that is, and Tony, you've cleaned this thing at this point, yeah?
Yes.
So can you kind of go through that process a little bit?
Oh, well, I haven't done it in a while.
Yeah. Well, I have yet to do it, so that's why I'm asking.
Really?
But I know
it's pretty easy to take apart, though. But I know that there's this little filter thing that you kind of just run it underwater, but you want to make sure it's dry. And I think you want to maybe speak to that with.
My dad has one. He didn't let that filter dry enough, and then he ended up needing to have it replaced. But thankfully I don't remember if he ended up registering it at that point. He needed to register it to make sure to get the proper support for it, and then they just sent him a new one.
Did you register yours?
I hope there's not a deadline on that, because I don't think I have yet.
It's pretty idiot-proof. I mean, it's pretty easy. Not idiot-proof. I mean, but it's like, I don't register anything, but it's like, you got a warranty with it. You might as well do something. And I basically I think you can almost text. I think they give you like a little yellow sheet. You can text, you can get it, and you're done. You're registered. And if they want to send you any parts, we had an old Dyson too, and we had some issues where we broke something, and then they sent us a part for free. So I kind of recommend it. If things break, sure. I mean, it is a good quality product, but things are made out of plastic. Things can break, especially if you're trying to take the canister off and clean it or whatever. So yeah,
Sure. I feel like it's
they make it pretty easy too.
I feel like it's pretty high quality plastic, but yeah, it is plastic. And so so there's that separate filter, but they also say in the instructions, I think you're supposed to clean both the inside of the bucket and that filter. Is that or not?
Maybe. I don't think I've cleaned the inside of the bucket.
Okay,
much.
so the filter
other than what falls out from the dust and the dirt and debris. That's about it.
So maybe don't clean the inside of the bucket.
Well, you read the manual. Obviously, I don't have it in front of me.
Yeah, clearly I haven't. So.
Well, I don't know if I really have either. I don't know. Oh, hey-o.
But the part about the filter, that's the most important thing. Is if you wash that when you wash that filter off, make sure it is fully dry, because my dad's actually stopped functioning because he put it back in there before it was fully dry. So just make sure to do that, and then you'll be all set. But at the same time, their support seems great, and they will. Yeah. You just probably don't intentionally do that.
When in doubt, consult the manual or Dyson. Don't take our word for it.
Right. Exactly.
Or take our word for it at your own risk.
Yeah.
Hashtag don't sue us.
Right on.
If your Dyson breaks.
Yeah.
Go on.
Oh, you know what? I forgot to remove this line, actually. So currently on Dyson.com, well, I just want to go through. That's where I'm getting these stats from. But there are 3 models of the V10, of the Dyson Cyclone V10. The lower end one is the Motorhead, and they have that in red. So I was kind of confused by the colors. Now I have a little better grasp of this. That one is red, and when I say red, I just mean that handle you saw on that accessory, the long handle, is red on Motorhead. That comes with 5 tools and accessories. It has a .14 or 1400ths gallon bin, 48.85 inches in length, and I don't know what this means, but I'll just say it anyway. Direct drive cleaner head. It's a direct drive cleaner head. And
oh yeah, those are good.
Yeah, great. Currently, they say it's $100 off, putting it at about $400 for that one. The Dyson Cyclone V10 Animal. That one's purple. That it happens to be the one that I have. And I double checked your. First, I got this wrong because I thought for some reason I looked online. I looked at this. I saw the red. I thought that's what Tony had. Now I realize you actually have the copper color, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
But so the Animal has 7 tools and accessories. It's a .2 gallon bin, so that's a full 600ths of a gallon bigger.
Nice.
If my math is accurate on that. And 49.2 inches in length, so that's slightly longer as well than the Motorhead. $100 off that also puts it at $500 for that guy. And rather than the direct drive cleaner head, it is a torque drive cleaner head, which sounds torqueier, more rotation involved or something.
Torqueier, yeah, that's
how I look at it.
Just very technical term.
Somehow it has more rotation.
Torqueier.
And then the Absolute, the Dyson Cyclone V10 Absolute, has 8 tools and accessories. This one, the big difference, comes in blue, copper, and black. It's literally the opposite mentality of Apple, because they give you more color options for the more expensive thing. And
that's true.
With Apple, they give you the cheap one, and then because that's for the kids or something. But we all know kids don't want to vacuum, I guess. I don't know. Also a .2 gallon bin. Also a torque drive cleaner head. Also 49.2 inches in length. But this one's a little bit different. It's $133 off, which puts it at $567. I didn't realize it really wasn't that much of a price difference between the Animal and the Absolute. But as I mentioned, Tony has this one, and that one he has in copper.
And it's pricey, but we got deals on it like crazy from Kohl's.
Oh, nice.
Kohl's plug.
Yes.
That's right. I don't know.
4.75 out of 5 stars is what I was thinking. I don't, only because of that battery life. Seems like trust me, the battery, I mean, the battery power of cordless products these days is insane. The amount of power that's coming out of these things is ridiculous. And with with things like Tesla out there, when things like Milwaukee Tool, which I previously have talked about, some of their products, just
that's right,
ridiculous amount of power on these things. But so I probably really shouldn't complain too much about the battery life, considering the amount of that this thing is actually doing. But yeah, like I would definitely give it a 5 out of 5 if I was able to do my whole house, in one full charge. But I don't know. I'm just giving that minor gripe, really. What do you think, Tony? Something similar? How would you rate it?
I suppose something similar. I mean, what do you got? 0.25 stars would make it a 5 even. I mean, I guess they could probably do something better than that, but I mean, I don't want to dwell on that negativity because the 4.75 would be. I mean, it's great. I just I don't know if I vacuum that much. And I had when I first got this house, I had a portable, wireless or cordless one, and after a while, I'm like, it's not picking up. Actually, I think Kay, my wife, she used it, and she's like, this isn't really picking up like Christmas tree, pine needles. And I'm like, you kind of do that, I think. So this thing is kind of like weak. So went to corded one because I really thought if you want the good power, you need a corded one. But this one definitely, I think, is really great with power, and you're not necessarily sacrificing that for a battery. You're really getting that power with it too. So and it's nice, it's compact. I keep mine in the closet, and I'm one of the ones that's fortunate enough to where the previous owners cut a hole in the closet to get at pipes, and then they kept the wall kind of closed up, so there's a little hole where I can kind of snake a cord around. So I have it in the closet, corded, so it's charging in the closet, so it's nice away, and it's pretty much perfect mounted in the closet. So, yeah, it's pretty nice. Although yours looks good too, in kitchen floor. No judgments.
Well, that's the thing. I even consider putting it in the basement or something. Doesn't seem like there's necessarily a great spot for me to put it where
that's
it's not going to be an
also
eyesore.
part of it. I think a lot of I don't know how many people have wired closets. I suppose maybe newer homes do, but I don't know about old stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It looks like the let's see here. I'm looking at some of the corded ones. They've got similar naming, I think, because they got one of them's called
I think the animal is
literally called the Big Ball Animal.
Big Ball Animal.
Dyson Cinetic Big Ball Animal Allergy Vacuum, or the Dyson Ball Animal 2 Total Clear.
You got to get that allergy market and the pet owner market,
or the Animal 2 Vacuum. That's what they're calling these things now, I guess.
Nice.
Yeah, but
so sure, 4.75. I don't care.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to say. Is incidentally, they have similar ratings on their website because one of them, I think, two of them are. I want to say the first two are rated 4.7, and
ooh,
should have got the 4 gig model, Tony, because I think it was 4.2 for the absolute for some reason.
I can't even win. I get the 8 gig and I suck, and I get the 4 gig and I suck. No pun intended.
Okay, that's big inside baseball there. We used to have the original iPhone, and somebody came up at summer. Oh yeah, that was what it was. I had the 8 gig, and somebody came up at.
Because before that, I'm like, no one's gonna come up to me and say, "Oh, you only got the 4 gig iPhone," and then someone literally did that.
That did happen, but
the 4 is at the 8. I'm like, it's the 4. Oh,
but at the same time, so the joke, the other part of the joke was that I had the 8 gig model, and somehow I had more problems with mine, right?
Well, I think that I don't remember that part of it, but sure.
I think I replaced 3 of them when they just let you willy-nilly kind of take them back in, but I had my reasons.
Yeah. Well, yeah, dead pixel. I think.
Oh, that's right. That was a thing. You wouldn't be able to notice dead pixels now on those Retina displays, probably.
Probably not, no. But yeah, and Apple did not have any kind of thing against that. A lot of companies would say you need at least 3 dead pixels on a display that are all together,
right?
Within X number of years or a year or months of buying it, and then we'll replace it. But Apple had nothing. You have 1 dead pixel.
Show of hands. when's the last time anyone has noticed a dead pixel on any display? Because I can't remember.
I had an iPhone 5 with it was a pixel that was stuck in bright green mode.
Oh wow!
And it was horrible. Yeah, so I returned that.
Oh wow!
That was the only issue I've had though.
Yeah, it's been a while
since they're better at
seen
a lot of that.
Nice.
Good stuff.
All right,
so
well,
everyone get the 4 or 8 gig. Sure. I don't know. Back then, like 2007, it was a lot to spend $600 on a phone.
Yeah.
Now I think people do that willy-nilly because
now
$600 would be welcome. You know.
Mm-hmm.
All right. The original was actually pretty cheap.
I mean,
compared to
300, I think. With
it was unsubsidized. You know, they were all like.
Yeah, it was. I'm still confused about that, that original pricing, but, yeah, unsubsidized.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, hey. Yeah, that's a whole nother topic. Like the whole thing.
No,
the $200, $100 off thing that Apple did like 2 months after. Anyway, we have this to talk about for once.
Feedback.
I can't even tell you the last time I played that bumper, but
I don't remember you even had that bumper.
Yeah, it's lying around. It's been some time.
What's a bumper?
Yeah.
I think the last time probably was when somebody's wife called in. I don't know. Just
that could be.
Not hint, hint, wink, wink.
May or not have been pressured.
Well, Shauna wrote in and asked, can you do a podcast segment on the proper cleaning materials and technique of cleaning a MacBook / any computer? How often do you clean it? Any tips or hacks? As obvious as it sounds, my tip is to not eat food by the computer. That's a good idea. Good tip right there. I've been cleaning my MacBook and with Clorox wipes, and apparently we're not supposed to be cleaning with those materials per Apple. Interesting. And tips for cleaning earbuds. Sorry.
Buds.
And many emoticons / emoji icons throughout this. But hey, Tony's got some feedback here. You want to run through this?
Sure. I mean, I didn't catch like how often you do stuff, and I mean, I suppose what I usually have. I first of all, I'll just go down my list here, but it's in no particular order because I probably should say other things first. But first of all, with the keyboard, canned air I think is great. Obviously, not everybody has canned air, and it can be kind of expensive. I think it's like $8, $10 a can. I think, I don't know. I haven't really looked lately, but somehow I always seem to have canned air around here, so that's nice. But I usually will kind of just spray into it and get a lot of crud out of it. And I've also been known, and this is a little extreme, and I have a desktop keyboard. You might not necessarily be able to do this laptop, but I've taken all the keys off before and put them in a nice little soapy bath water and just kind of clean them off. And that's because I was a knucklehead who decided to get white keys on a keyboard that I got custom made, and I will not do that again. That, and then I would also just obviously when all the keys are off too, use canned air to spray all that off too. I've heard that on some of these keyboards using alcohol with a Q-tip and then kind of rubbing it in some certain spots too on that WDS, whatever that keyboard name is. I think, Matt, you kind of talked me into that company.
WASD?
WASD.
Yeah.
WASD.
That was and I looked for some recommendations on their website on how to clean a keyboard. So, and I think they kind of said something like that. But you don't want to soak anything in alcohol or anything that's very harsh. And they kind of go over some of those things too. But I would think a laptop keyboard canned air is fine too. I've seen that. When you're getting into stuff that's liquid, I want to say be careful. And also stuff that is very has chemicals, like probably like your Clorox wipes. I don't know if I'd go that route unless maybe something that kind of says something like made for electronics. But even then, I would probably first consult manufacturer's website, Apple, if they have anything. That keyboard company, I definitely went there too. And I think a lot of like monitors too. But I might be a little bit more. First of all, now I'm going all over the place. With monitors, I think sometimes there's coating on some of these screens. I don't know if just regular like stuff to like maybe prevent like the sun from like, baking on it or something. And using like a harsh chemical might wipe some of that stuff away. So I would, again, maybe I'm being a broken record now, but, definitely check manufacturer's website for whatever model number of whatever you have. But I have been known to put like a washcloth or like some sort of like a microfiber cloth with alcohol on a monitor before. It evaporates quickly. I think it kind of gets the smudges out. But I would recommend that if you are, like on a keyboard or any kind of thing where a port or like a screen connects to like maybe the side panel. Like I would be very careful about any kind of liquid between those, where something could kind of seep inside, like especially a laptop. And I don't know, I'd be even more careful on a laptop versus a desktop. I don't know. Thoughts?
Yes. No, here's the thing. I actually do use Clorox wipes on my MacBook.
Oh my god.
Ooh, on the screen?
Well, I have, and I will probably be avoiding that because I was not even aware that Apple didn't. This is a wonderful case where the listener is actually providing the advice here because no, I didn't really know that Apple wasn't recommending you don't use those. I use my work in on, or have used them at work in on this.
A work laptop is different. I don't care. I'm just kidding. Not so bad. Crap, mine's still in the trunk. Oh, I gotta get it out of there.
yeah, just let it warm up.
Worst case scenario, the battery's dead. Go on.
Yeah. Well, incidentally, I did just read now. Is your laptop off, Tony?
Yes.
Not to go on a tangent, because that's just what we do. But
I know, that's fine.
I did notice. I did happen to just read that Apple their recommended this recommendation I looked up. The operating temperature versus the storage temperature is very different, and this what you can have it into negative. I want to say like -10 up to -10 or something like that in storage. But outside of that, yeah, well, it's the operating temperature is like 30. They don't want it to really go below 32 degrees. So, yeah. So I did make a point recently of keeping it over the weekend. Actually, I made sure to turn every device off just in case for that reason. But yeah, I mean, so alcohol I would think would be okay for the most part. As you mentioned, yeah, using a cotton swab, right?
Mm-hmm.
It seems like, but I mean, could you use a cotton ball too? I would think. I get your point. As long as you're not soaking it, right? That's kind of the idea.
But then I get like mixed feedback. Like, well, and I suppose this is different, but like when glasses, I'm bringing that in because clean glasses. I was always told not to use something that's paper-based, or just because it might scratch the lenses. And you should always use something like microfiber cloth or any kind of cloth versus like paper towel or Kleenex, something like that. Even though I will be the first to admit I've used Kleenex with alcohol before when cleaning my monitor. But I don't know, and I don't know if some of these again are coated or anything like that, but. And a touchscreen might be completely different too. So
yeah, I think you got to watch out for what you've got. I've only used microfiber and maybe water on my monitor, and I've seen some people at work have just ridiculous. It looks when the monitor's off, it just looks like a whole bunch of streaks. It looks horrible.
Sure. Oh yeah.
I would only do the water and the microfiber. That's kind of my thing for monitors. Keyboards. The MacBook, the butterfly ones, you can't pop them off without breaking the key. So the best you can do if you get a sticky key is to use like a pin, lift it up a little bit, and then shoot it with some compressed air. And I compress air all of our keyboards once a week, and I haven't had any issues since then. I had my spacebar was kind of messed up for a while. Once I got that fixed, I compress air every week. That seems to work out really well. What else was that? And then as far as the AirPods, I clean those once a week with just rubbing alcohol and a Q-tip, and that works pretty well.
Sure. What does Apple say? Did anybody even look on their site? Did they?
I don't have a link with me
I
offhand.
don't have. It's just
But, I
curious.
mean-
That's an exercise for the listeners.
There you go. Yeah.
Uh,
Your homework tonight, guys, or tomorrow, whatever. We won't. check it,
Apple's
but-
how to clean Apple products. Let's see.
or PC in general. I mean, it's
Well, this
pretty
one
much
just says
the
how to
same-
clean Apple products, and it says use only
that's Apple, yeah.
use only a soft lint-free cloth, avoid abrasive cloths, towels, paper towels.
Well, it doesn't Apple
Or-
give you microfiber cloths with their products? They used to. I don't know if they still do.
There was for a while, yeah.
So
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
can't
that
remember
was.
the last time
I think
that
that
happened.
really is a good incentive to kind of help take care of your product too. And anything more companies should do
paper
that.
towels and similar items that may cause damage. Unplug all external power sources, devices, and cables. Keep liquids away from the product. Don't get moisture into any openings. Don't use aerosol sprays, solvents, or abrasives. Now, canned air not considered aerosol? Yes, it's air. Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
Okay, air,
I'm
air, not
sure what the
aerosol.
Well, you don't turn it upside down and blow your keyboard because
Yeah,
you're
don't
going to
do
get
that.
that cold stuff that's going to.
Yeah, keep
And I don't
it
know
right
how
to
good that is on anything.
Don't spray cleaners directly into them. Yeah, but again,
Yeah.
canned air, not not a cleaner, not a chemical. It is in fact air, so you should be safe there. That's one thing. But yeah, then and then they got a whole other thing here: desktop computers, displays, peripherals. I mean, they got a lot of information here. Don't clean the screen of your iMac with a cleaner containing acetone. Use a cleaner intended for use with a screen or display. Never spray cleaner directly on the screen. It might drip inside the display and cause damage. Blah, blah, blah. There's all kind of information here. I can say it's Apple's support website, support.apple.com/en-us/ capital H, capital T, 204172. Check that out.
Feel free to rewind that and play it again many times until you actually get the whole address down.
Or just Google how to clean your Apple products. Probably easier.
Yeah. Or, PC products, or, HP might have something, Dell might have something, or I should say.
By the way,
Not
Shauna
just
also
Apple.
said...
But I know our listener, Shauna, definitely said Apple, but I guess this is for everybody, too.
She also said that her sister has taken apart cleaned every part of a Dyson vacuum with soap and water. So take
Nice.
that for what it's worth. Again, don't sue us.
Can we use soap and water on that? What about alcohol on Dyson?
I think,
It's been we bought our vacuum cleaner in like 2010, and then right after that we had a big party, and we had a friend show up and then just grabbed our vacuum and vacuumed up all of her puke. And
Ooh.
then she cleaned it all out, and it's still working to this day. But yeah, that was
The magic
I
of
don't know.
Dyson.
picks up even liquids. I guess apparently. chunky
Oh.
liquids can be picked up with a Dyson.
really, you just want to avoid, in general, the rule here between vacuums and laptops, you don't want to put liquid with any sort of electronic component. I think we can all agree on that. Keep the liquid away from the electronics part. But that is the only advice I can really give at this
Use
point.
at your own risk.
Yes. All right. Well,
If you guys are drinking in front of your computers right now.
I keep them on a separate table. I literally took the paper towel roll and I set it down in front of Matt just in case.
Do I have like a history of
No.
spilling beer on?
No one's got history.
See, I
might, but
keep
that's
my
neither here nor there.
my beers are on a separate TV tray over here for that very reason.
Precautions.
Yes.
Precautions.
Yeah.
You guys are doing a good job. Go on.
Well, I think that's about it. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
If you want to write into us though, as Shauna has, you can do so at techiespodcast@gmail.com. And also per Shauna, I am changing the way I describe this because I realized this. I thought this was confusing all along myself, and she basically confirmed it whenever I say 6-7 Central. So instead, I'm just changing everything to say 7 o'clock p.m. Central, Sunday evenings. You can find us on most social media channels at Techies Podcast. That's where to find us. That's when to find us. And our website is niceguyNetwork.com/techies. If you'd like, you can leave us a review of any kind on iTunes. Go to the website, find us there. Type in Techies Podcast on iTunes. You can find Tony at Why Not Big T. Anything else, Tony? Any other places that people want to find you?
Nothing. No, just that. That's it. Or Nice Guy Networks or Nice Guy, or whatever. For you.
Thanks, Tony. What about Matt? Is there anywhere people can find Matt or anything that you're aware of? Probably
I don't
not.
think you can. If you find me, let me know so I can cut it off.
You can find nice. Well, thanks, Matt. Thanks for joining us. Really, always a pleasure. Glad you could make it. Yeah, just thanks for coming on. And you can find me at Shave Maddox. And I think that is probably going to be about it for this particular episode. Episode 90 being, of course, of Techies, the podcast about simple. I'm just going to keep saying that. Thank you. Thanks, you guys. Thank everyone else for listening. Thanks for the feedback. Thanks for everything. Yeah, thanks, guys. It's been great. And until next time, take her easy.
Please hang up and try again.
Again.
Don't anybody say that last line while I still have the video going.
Again? What's the last line?
Oh no, the one that Matt put in the notes. Oh,
How do I know which one Matt put
This is
in?
definitely the longest episode we've ever had, I think.
Yeah. We had 2 Techereezes.
It's true. It's true, but I didn't.
What did we do? What is this called? Why am I blanking right now?
XP boost.
XP boost. Jeez.
Sheesh.
Are we still? We still on? Live?
Yeah. I could probably cut it off though.
I'm gonna need a 2-minute break here.
2-minute break. What's Sammy doing?
Just playing with Max.
Aw,
Yeah.
nice.
They're having fun. Yeah, they do.
Yeah, just like they do.
Just like they do with the dogs, and they play and wrestle. And it's my toy. No, it's your toy. No, it's my toy.
No, it's my
Oh, wait, are we still alive?
Yeah.
Meh.
We don't have to be. Anyone watching? I don't know if anyone's watching.
Was it pretty, how was the chat room?
That's some feedback, but yeah, it's pretty dead.
Really?
Oh.
Thought this was a good one.
Oh, it was a good. Yeah, I was just kind of
Leave it to
surprised.
people to just miss out on the good stuff.
Yeah. Ah, well. We'll cut them off. Cut them off.
Yeah, cut them off. Maybe they're like, I don't know about you, but I rarely listen to podcasts live, if ever.
Yeah, so don't come and watch.
But just download it, listen. I mean, I'm always in my car when I'm listening to anything.
Well, it's really
I mean, the only
build
time I'll see
interest.
live is if we're going to go to Nerdtacular.
Yeah, it's kind of fun. I get it, though. It's fun once in a while, and it maybe possibly helps build interest, and I don't know.
True. Well, yeah, that's
About
true. If people are browsing on Facebook or whatever, I'm like, hey, you guys are live. Let's just check you out for a while and see what's going on.